Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Monday Coffee, my weekly episodes where I reflect on things. Today, I wanted to talk about judgment and share with you my love-hate relationship with Paris. When we first encounter something, we try to quickly judge this thing or a person, and then it's really hard to change this belief. So we always walk around with the label makers and labeling everything. I guess it's just how our brain works. It's not critical to our survival to give good second chances. So we just label things once, and this way we label ourselves as well. So I was always a person who hated Paris. I visited it like 10 years ago, maybe more. And I was always telling people that I didn't like it, it was dirty. I don't know, just not a nice city to be in. I don't even remember the certain reasons except maybe dirtiness. I'm recently trying to live by different motto. If you hate something or even don't like something, try to learn more about it. Try to give it a second chance. Learn its maybe history, maybe underneath reasons why it made you feel a certain way. So that's what I did. I decided to visit Paris for 4 days, 3 nights, and spend as much time as possible exploring the city. And I'm glad I did it. I'm not saying I'm completely in love with Paris now, but this city certainly has its interesting points. I really enjoyed spending a few days there. I think Paris is a true megapolis, true huge city of Europe. Honestly, I don't know any other city like this here. Maybe London, but I haven't been there. And Paris is a place where you can go to get this proper city energy. It reminded me a lot about times when I was living in Moscow. It's the same vibes. In the case of Paris, it's also a melting pot of nationalities, races, various people. They all go into this one huge city to make a life for themselves. It of course has this draining energy, especially when we were going to the city center from the outskirts where we rented a hotel in the rush hour, and you see this the whole city going to work energy. People are not in the mood and they sit in their phones. If you ever lived in a big city and used the public transportation in a rush hour, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Sadness, but also hope to get to work, to maybe make your life better, etc. Of course, apart from busyness and absolutely insane chaos in Paris, there is also a lot of great food. It's not only French food, it's just a city of restaurants. There are a lot of Japanese, Chinese, Asian food in general that I really enjoyed. Of course, all the boulangeries, patisseries, it's absolutely incredible. A lot of brunch places, coffee shops. It seemed like it's endless, absolutely endless variety of various places where you can try different types of food. And because it's such an international city, you can find basically anything there. One probably downside I noticed in Paris is it's not as green as I used to, because Spanish cities, for example, very green. Madrid, Barcelona, Netherlands also very green. Paris has this gray color that you're noticing everywhere, especially when it's raining, and it rains a lot there. It's kind of daunting. It feels a bit colorless. You want to see a little bit more green. There are great parks there, but the greenery in the city, in my opinion, is lacking. I'm certainly not the person who would live in this city. It's just too chaotic, too big for me. I had my Moscow experience. I think that was enough. But it's a very interesting place to know that it's there. So if I want to get some of this crazy energy, I know where to go. I know where to buy a ticket for a train to go, because most of the big cities in Europe, they are not like this. Barcelona, Madrid, Berlin, they don't have this huge megapolis energy. If you watched my episode where I talked about Barcelona and how it made me think how Los Angeles should feel, Paris certainly made me think how New York should feel. I've never been to New York, but I think this is similar vibes should be there. If you're visiting Paris, I recommend you to exploring areas a little bit outside of the touristic places. First, second, third districts are very good in the city center, but my favorite district is actually 19th. especially the area along the canal. It's beautiful, it's modern, edgy, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. Definitely recommend this district as well. Fifth district, I think was pretty good. I think ninth considered kind of hipstery, but I didn't get this feeling there. So overall, I'm really glad I went there. I'm really glad I made an effort to make this second impression about the city that I used to hate for so long. I really enjoyed my time there. So if there is something in your life that you hate, or you've been thinking about yourself that you don't like this thing for a long time, or even a person, try to give it a second chance. Try to learn a little bit more about it. Let me know in the comments if you have those things in your life and whether you're willing to give them a chance. From this week's recommendations, I wanted to recommend you animation TV series Pantheon. I didn't expect anything from it, but it turns out really interesting series. It's about computers and AI, and even about humans living as a computer. It's pretty interesting, and in the current age it's quite relevant as well. Well, it's a bit too much into the sci-fi and fantasy area, but it's still pretty good. Also a couple of movies, one related to Paris. It's called 2 Days in Paris. There are no shortage of movies about Paris and set in Paris, but I wanted something like more real, more with a French side of Paris, because the whole thing that Paris is a city of love, I'm still not buying it. It's not feels this way at all. So I wanted a little bit more real feeling. So I watched this movie and it's pretty good. It's about a woman who lives in America and she's French and she's coming back with her American boyfriend and show him a real side of French, how French do things. It's a little bit rude, a little bit more real, a little bit less polished like Americans like it, etc. It's pretty good movie. And the second one is Little Fish. It's a good sci-fi fantasy movie. If you ever watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, it's very similar, both vibes and plot. So if you like that movie, if you haven't watched it, of course watch it first, because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. This one is maybe not as great, but also very similar, very good movie, a lot of food for thought, I would say. For this week, I'm drinking a new beans from Paris, actually. This is apparently one of the best coffee roasters in Paris, called Tanat, and this is a Brazil beans. If you're in Paris, definitely recommend. It's a little bit overpriced to drink in their cafe. I think they have absolutely insane prices for coffee, but for beans, it's a regular price, so it's good, and I'm really enjoying it. That's it for me. I hope you have a great week, and I see you next Monday. Bye bye.